TV, I guess.
What?
All right, y'all, we live. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Grown Up Talk Talk. This is your host, Jody Lowe's, always with my co-host, K Pop Macho.
Yo.
K, the host to the other side of me. Tonight, we got a special guest open the clubhouse and the door for us. Shout out to Jose Custom Toys in the house. Thank you so much for having us, for coming up. And shout out to Heck.
Special shout out to Heck. Custom Alley. The big things. We'll let him get to his little situation and all that what he got going on, but definitely out there.
Shout out to Sadi too.
Hey.
Mike's over your head.
Sorry for the delay. It's just, I'll be honest, we don't eat. So they were like, look, if we don't eat, we get grumpy. So I let them eat, but it's all good. We're here. Like I said, thanks so much for opening the door and having us. I would like to know a little bit more about all of you now. Where you at? Perfect. So let's see where this goes. And say from now, we are also recording this episode. It's the first episode we're going to record due to troubles in the last two live that we did. So,
They blocking us for nudity.
yeah.
Well, we y'all tell.
That's what I'm saying.
What kind of show is this?
Nah, but you know, the hate is always going to be there. You know, some people. But anyway, tonight is about Jose, his story, his background. As you familiar with the show, you know that I'll have questions of my own, but I'll also take questions from you throughout the week. I have a few from them, you know, we're comfortable answering them. Good. If not, it is what it is. Also, one thing about the show is the background that we search and we use is from viewers and questions that we go out there and look, and we bring them to you. If they're not real, put me on my spot, yo, that's not, you get what I'm saying? But one thing we don't do at Build Up Talk Talks is open something that is not there. You get what I'm saying? We had a discussion before this camera went on, you know, thank you for that. I feel you guys a lot. Now I want to go right into it with you, man. From my understanding, you've been around with Custom Toys for 12 years here in Philly. But you're coming with the vision from your advertisement.
Yes, so I originally lived in Philly. I've been in North Philly most of my life. I moved out of Philly shortly after high school and lived in Allentown for 6-8 years. While I was out there, I started my side hustle working on cars. I've always worked on cars as a kid growing up. Started washing my parents' cars and it just developed into just a natural thing for me to do. While I was in Allentown, just needed extra cash, so I started working on cars out there. And the name Custom Toys originated basically out there in Allentown.
I mean, the name itself, Custom Toys, is I think it's a really.
Who? You saying they can't see nothing?
Absolutely can't see it here.
I see it. I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's gotta be other people talking about.
Somebody said you sound far, so the mic, you might need it up more.
Anyway, mic check. Like I was saying, you know, Custom Toys to me is a new name. You know, I think it's a little bit top to be out there with something like that, because me personally, I like it.
Thank you.
When did you started doing your shows? When you first started, like what year was that you started with your
I can't even remember the exact year that we started with shows, but USA Auto Supplies was the first person who reached out to me and asked if we could host their event over at Coquille.
What year was this?
I want back in 2013, 2012, back then. So we started small. We started there with them, and we started doing small shows for local for him. And then we went into the track ACO with him. We went to Maple Grove. We even did Cecil with him. So we really started out in the game with USA House.
Now, before that, what was the vision for Custom Toys when you created?
The original vision for a business, and the business aspect that I envisioned with my younger brother 25 years ago was to have a facility that allowed people from the street to come in and use their facility to work on their car. If they don't have a lift, they can come easily rent the lift. But to answer your question, we were 3-4 years into the car club out of my 2-car garage in my house, down the street. I wasn't married at the time, so it was just a man cave, us hanging out till 3 o'clock in the morning, listening to music and working on our cars right before going to Honda Day, breaking night, working on cars till 12 o'clock and then heading over to H Day. And then come back after H Day's first day and work on cars again and head back again. So back to back, yeah. So we've been doing that with my parents coming out there in their RV, supporting us. My two brothers were with me at the time. My brother had an 8th Gen Civic, and my younger brother had a Ruckus. And we would always go out to the show. At the time when we started, we were about 20 members, and every one of them had Hondas. So it was all about the Honda events. That was, like I said, before I was married. My wife allowed me to do a lot of crazy stuff at the house that she didn't continue to tolerate. I had to find a place, and that generated funds to do this facility where we were able to rent for the club members to have a place to hang out.
Now, how many members are you active today?
Currently, we don't have that many. Active, we're probably down to maybe 15, 20 from 160 that we had. Now you say, damn, I want you to understand that it wasn't just in Philly. We had people in Australia, we had people in El Salvador, we had people in Puerto Rico, Florida. At one point, the local chapters, we had Delaware, and we also had Jersey.
What's the most you had here
At one time, about 80. Here. Just in fact,
here? I got a youth club I just started. It's like 15 of us. It's hard. Might get paid, man.
No, it was intense, and it hints as to why we had to create a board to keep the structure.
That was my next question.
Yeah,
you have a board.
We have a board, and there's a need for a board when you have that many people. I also have a 9 to 5. I don't solely depend. My finances don't come solely from this place. I have multiple sources of income. We'll get to that later. But the club itself needed a structure, and there was at least 3 people that influenced the actual structure. It wasn't something that was solely created by me. Everything that we've done over the years has been all by the club members themselves. Their input went into this rule manual, if you want to call it anything. The structure was all based on the people. So it wasn't that one thing dictatorship. It was all very political and democratic.
Good, as it should be. Now, back then, who was your right-hand man when the club was at a time?
So at one point, Ranger was the president, as other people have put out there in other podcasts. But Tone also had a big impact and brought a lot of people. So if I can give anybody credit for how this club got, it would be Tone. Definitely. Tone
Shout out
recruited.
to Tone, exactly.
Absolutely. He recruited a bunch of people during his control of the club, and even when he took over his own chapter, he recruited his own people out there and did his own thing. You know, like shout out to his success right now for keeping his club going as long as it's been going.
Yeah. You know, very, very respectful guy, that I'll tell you, very cool. You know, hey, I don't know if you see it that way, but to me, you know, my impression of them. But we'll get into that later too, though. Shout out to Tone Integrity, man, Delaware. It was fun.
That was, the time pulled up to that, bro. It was just laughs, love, like, it wasn't like we was there, like, to do something, like, we just chilling with guys. Right. And they was all nervous. Oh my God, bro. Don't take camera, look at the talk to them.
Yeah, no.
After that, bro, $700 download pizza. I think about that shit was crazy. It was
broken, man.
It was fun.
You can't believe it.
So nervous that he wasn't, but you know, he broke out. You know, I mean, I was wondering if he admitted that. Is my question. Yeah, he better. So my first time being heck, I you know, I was in a car with the first time seeing me was at the Ranger season. It was cold as shit. It was cold. I mean, it was cold as hell. So you know, like true, whatever. I'm like, this nigga up there loud as hell, and he from here, from there, but your energy was top notch at that time. The bars was cold, you know. I think you was the main one out there. And your energy was crazy. It was, you know, you try to, like I say, it was cold as hell, so you was trying to make it more comfortable for the people, and I think you did that. So, your little background, what's like.